What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Cjthecheesedj here, and we are back with the Mammoth's new TLC. So guys, we're going to be going over the Mammoth's abilities and what exactly this brand new boy can do. So guys, first off, you'll notice that the saddle is significantly different on this guy. The Mammoth also has a cool new look. His face is a lot more defined, I think, than the standard regular Mammoths. He also has much more predominant tusks, and they look absolutely terrifying. You know, they're barbed, there's more sets of them, and I gotta say, they've done a good job with the Mammoth. I feel like the creatures with fur just don't have the right textures though. Like, it looks very, not grainy, but funky. I don't know, that's just me though. So let's go over his new abilities. So obviously you can see there's a big ass war drum on the back of the Mammoth. Now you can switch between this by using the passenger seats. It also allows you to have an extra player on the back of the Mammoth, and you can see there that if we play the drum, we will get the immune to fear and stamina buff. So you can see there, we're ready for war. Now, you can have someone constantly on the back of this, or you can do it yourself and get your Mammoth to actually attack whatever it is that you want to attack. And you just need to, like, obviously whistle it with the whistle attack command, or you can use the move to a command. For example, we're going to use this guy to move around. So we can get him to move around and still play the drum on the back of the Mammoth. Now, you can see how we're doing it. All you need to do is line up with the musical tune with the bar that you see on the screen, and you'll get the buff. If you're constantly playing the drum, you will get the thingy refreshed every 4 or 5 seconds. You can see there it drops to about 7 and 6, and then it refreshes back up to 12 seconds. Now, there's also an area of effect, and you can sort of see the ring. What we'll do is, let's just do this real quick. We're going to set time of day here. We'll go 22, and let's see if this allows us to see the ring better. There you go. Now you can see the ring better. It is dark, I apologize, but you can see that this is the area of effect that will affect your creatures. So all the creatures in this ring will be immune to fear, and they have stamina recovery a lot easier. So if you've gone up against someone with some muties or something like that, and you've got a Mammoth, all your creatures inside of this ring will be immune to its fear, including flyers and all that sort of stuff, which is really good. And they'll also recover stamina a lot quicker. So if you've got allos or like Rexes that are constantly biting and chewing and eating, your Mammoth will restore their stamina pretty effectively, as long as someone is playing the drum on the back of your Mammoth. But you can easily command your dino troops from the back of the Mammoth. Like I said, all you need to do is utilize your whistles. You can get your Mammoth to move around, get it to attack targets. You can get all your other dinos to attack targets and stuff like that. Now, this buff also applies to you, the survivor, as well. You can see there we have like the green tinge to us. If we get off, we still have the buff for another 12 seconds. So it's really good for that. Let's just change the daytime again back to normal so we can see what we're doing. There we go. So yeah, that's the first one with the Mammoth saddle. In terms of cost, it's actually not too expensive. It's pretty cheap. You learn it at level 31. You need 140 fiber, 260 hide, and 10 metal ingots. So all in all, pretty decent saddle, and I definitely think the Mammoths are more viable now. But let's go over their new abilities. So first off, we have the Stomp Attack, which is spacebar for computers, and then your jump button for consoles. So I believe it's A and X. And you can see there, this is how you go about gathering your wood. So if you want to gather wood, you go about using the Stomp Attack, which is the spacebar, or your jump button. He still gets the weight reduction on wood as well. You can see there it only weighs 12.5. He reduces the weight of it by about 75%. Now, that's his Stomp Attack. It is an area of effect attack, so if you've got anything bad in the area that you want to kill, it will do a slight knockback effect on whatever creature it is that you are trying to fight. So let's just get over to this parasol real quick. Get out of the way, trees. There we go. All right, so if we come over here and we go and stomp on the parasol, you'll see we get knocked back slightly. So you can definitely use this ability to keep some predators at bay, like Rexes and stuff like that. If they're constantly coming up on you, you can use the Mammoth to pretty much kill them like that, which is really effective. Now, his primary attack is a Tusk Sweep. Now, you use this to gather thatch and berries, and you can see there he's got like a forward ramming one. He also has a side one. So depending on where you hold the camera for yourself, so if you're facing forward, you'll do it forward. If you turn it sideways slightly, you'll Tusk Sweep in that direction, I believe it's called. So make sure to utilize that if you want to gather thatch. Yeah, it's a really good ability. So definitely use that ability if you want to go about gathering a ton of thatch, because he's still really good for gathering thatch as well. But he doesn't get any rate reduction on thatch, which is not weird, but makes sense because he's got the wood. Now, his next attack is his trunk grab. Nope, that's the wrong one, sorry. His next attack is his trunk grab. Now, this will allow you to pretty much grab small creatures or players. You can grab players with it, and we're going to test it out on these spiders. There we go. You can see there we've got a spider in our tusk, and we fling it halfway across the world. So, we're going to launch it, and you don't get a reticle like you do with the Karkanos, but all you need to do is pretty much just aim. Now, I don't think the Mammoth is honestly going to throw as far as the Karkanos, and that isn't a bad thing. Because you got to think the Mammoth has his trunk, the Karkanos has two big-ass giant claw pincer arms. So it makes sense that the Mammoth isn't able to throw as far, but nonetheless, like, you can still throw pretty damn far. You'll be able to use this on raptors, galleys, parasaurs, all that good stuff. Pretty much anything under the size of a parasaur, you'll be able to grab and throw. Which is really good if you're trying to get something into a trap, or you're trying to just take anything with you, because the Mammoth will allow you to carry it. And you will still take a little bit of damage, but your Mammoths are generally pretty beefy boys, so they'll be able to take quite a bit of a beating before they have to worry about dealing with any of this. Now, also, his Stomp Attack is actually his strongest attack as well, so make sure you utilize that to the best of your ability if you're able to, because that will deal the most damage to whatever it is that is in front of you. So I'd really recommend using that. The Tusk Sweep is not slightly faster from what I've been able to test. So you are better off using the Stomp Attack as well. Now his last ability, the last newest ability, is his C1. So C for computers, and then I believe it's the right thumbstick for console players. I'm pretty sure it's the right or left thumbstick. I can't remember which one exactly, but it is one of them. And you can see that we grabbed the Titan Boa. Oh, we got a reticle that time. Okay. We got a reticle that time, so maybe it's... Let's grab him again. Let's see this. Okay. I didn't see the reticle on the spiders, so I'm not too sure, but let's launch him right up. There we go. You can see he's trying to move towards us. Alrighty, guys. So the final ability, like I said, is his C button raw sort of attack. Now, this can be used to go about, it's very similar to the Udi's Fear Roar. So you can see there, this Aloe is now dealing reduced damage. He should also take more damage from our attacks. We're going to wait for this to wear off. I don't think he is taking more damage. But he does have that dazed sort of starry look above his thing. He's also dealing the same amount of damage. That might be bugged, because they're supposed to take more damage and deal less damage. It's very similar to the Udi's Roar. But to me, it looks like he's not taking anything of the sort. So it's possibly a bug. But nonetheless, that will debuff your enemies, and it'll cause you to deal more damage to them and for them to deal less damage to you. All right, so this guy's hitting for 23. We're hitting for 159 there and 228 there. Let's pop the debuff roar again. You can see it's working because he's got the dazed look. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that's possibly bugged because... we're hitting for the same amount, and he's hitting us for the same amount. So I think it might be bugged at the moment. But yeah, nonetheless, that will debuff. Now, another really cool thing about this ability is... Let's just get over to a source of water. Bear with me one sec. There's one over here. Now, if you're on your Mammoth and you walk into a body of water with him, like we're about to do, and you use your C attack, you'll actually cool yourself down. Now, he also plows through trees as well, which is really good. Now, you can see here we're in water. If we press our C button, our Mammoth actually covers us in water, which is really awesome. Now, what this does is it hydrates you. It removes any fire debuffs you've got, so like Wyvern Breath or anything like that. And it will also cool you down. So if you're in a hot, temperate area and you walk through some water with your Mammoth, say you don't have the best gear, you can walk through water and get a spray from your Mammoth. It'll refill your water meter. It will cool you down, and it'll also remove any fire debuffs that you have going on, which is really good because there's really nothing else like that in Ark at the moment. So it's really worth getting into a Mammoth now, I reckon, having one of them. I don't know how long I would say once after you've left the water source. Let's test it again. Yeah, so you can see that we had no water spraying on us that time. So yeah. Definitely worth investing in one of these guys now, though, but that's pretty much all their abilities. You can see here you're able to walk through trees. You just, you obviously have to use your sprint button. You don't have to attack them or anything like that if you don't want to, which is really good because it goes with this kind of stick of the Mammoth where he's able to just sort of knock aside everything with his huge tusks and his big bulky body. But nonetheless, guys, I think they've done a good job with the Mammoth TLC. I really like the design of his saddles, how he's got the carpets and stuff like that with the war drum as well. I think they've done a good job. So let me know what you guys think of the Mammoth down below, but that is pretty much all its new, that is all of its new abilities. Like I said, I think the debuff roar, sort of the C button is sort of bugged at the moment, because the dinos that we tested it on were hitting us for the same amount and they weren't taking any extra damage or anything like that from us. But yeah, guys, let me know what you thought of the Mammoth TLC. And other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video and I will catch you in the next one.